Come on, you know what I want. Yo, shout out to the Most High. It's always a high. See when we in our Lord say we got L-Deez, also known Party Boy Lawrence, for another episode of I Need to Know, and I got my special guest T-Looney. What's up, boy?
What's up with you, man?
Man, where you from?
East Oakland, California, baby. Born and raised.
Okay, what exact block?
I never claimed blocks.
Just the whole thing?
Yeah, it's a mistake to claim blocks because you don't own them.
Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
when them people show up with them bulldozers,
Yeah.
where you be at?
Stockton, you know what I'm saying? They gonna put your motherfucking ass out.
My theory, and just to clear that up, is because when you grow up in Oakland, in essence, don't nobody just live on one block forever.
Yeah.
I've lived on Walnut, I've lived on Seminary, I've lived on 50th, I've lived on 24th and Market. So I'm an Oakland baby.
Yeah, that's real.
You know what I mean? Wherever I landed, I laid a hustle if that's what I had to do. So it was like I could never just give one place the credit.
Yeah.
In my raising.
For sure.
You know?
I
I'm
definitely
Oakland
respect
kid.
that. Okay, so what you doing? You rapping and shit, right?
I'm still rapping. It's been a while. I had took a small break, opened a small business.
Okay.
So I've been running a barbershop for like the last 16 years over in Concord, California, called TJ Faze.
Okay, for sure, for
And
sure.
I'm a barber. And
So you cut white people here too?
I cut everybody. Anybody. You can bring a German Shepherd in there, you're getting a taper. Straight up.
That's crazy as fuck. How long you been cutting?
I've been cutting for about 20 years.
Where you learn how to cut it? Your partners and shit?
Okay, funny story. 1988, Ice-T and Evil E. I'm sitting in the garage on 102nd, 1625 102nd Ave. And my homeboy Mike, we done found a joint my uncle dropped on the floor. So we done blew the joint. My uncle done dropped the joint going to work.
Okay.
And I looked at him. I'm like, let's go in the garage and bump the Ice-T, right?
Okay.
We in the garage bumping the Ice-T. I see the clippers, and I'm like, hey, I could cut. Let me fix your fade. And I think that was like the first Gumby anybody ever had.
Gotcha.
Because I knocked half of that thing off on accident.
Damn, that's crazy. What was the fade looking like?
Oh, it was terrible. It was the worst thing ever happened to somebody. So I had to wait till my people came home and give them some money to go get a haircut.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And then from there, I just dibbled and dabbled and kept at it. And you know, when it's something that it's a natural born talent and it's in you, you never think about when it started.
Gotcha. That's real as fucking shit like that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's in you.
I remember my mother cut my hair one time, man. I put some, I don't know how the fuck, some gum got in my motherfucking hair, man. I must have been about 10 years old, man. Pluggy Brewster. I had more plugs in the motherfucking Home Depot electric wall socket out.
You lucky, man. My mama used to hit me with that old school relaxer and have me walk around with that S-curl with that cheap Jerry curl juice. That shit dry up and get hard.
Yeah.
Then at recess you be hooping. That shit start dripping all down your face, your
For
eyebrow.
sure.
You going blind. It's burning your eyes. You in class shining.
Oh, the carefree curl kind of
Come
sweet,
on,
though.
man.
The carefree, the yellow bottle with the red writing.
We was on welfare. Wasn't no carefree curls. That big ass clear container
Yep.
with the green or the blue top.
For sure.
It was just like clear Jerry curl gel.
Well, my mom actually had a real Jerry curl. You know what I'm saying? When my shit got dry, you know I got to hit that.
Yeah, and then after that, you know, I've been doing music since I was around about 14.
Gotcha. Was you solo?
I was in the beginning. In the beginning, everybody was just like, you know, it was like I went to Horace Mann Elementary, and it was like, I remember like doing the talent show, and I would like do the UB Illin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then Young MC, you know, Bust a Move.
Yeah.
And then when the bootleg cassette tapes came out, remember some of them came with the instrumental side.
Yeah.
That's when I started dibbling and dabbling, like 89, 90. I started kind of, you know, honing in. Pac was dropping that crazy shit like Strictly for My Niggas, you know, straight out the gutter. And it was rap was changing from, it was always East Coast, and all we had was like Too Short.
Yeah.
And then we started evolving on the West, and I became part of that evolution.
Gotcha. So your rap partner in the group Saito, because you from the group Saito, where the fuck did you meet Eklypse at?
Funny story, man. I grew up, at the time I was living on Congress, and Congress was a crazy street. It was full of like ballers. You had Gov them, you had Indian Tone them, you had Ant Waters and them mama living over there. And so it was just this street full of ballers and playboys, right? And one day, I'm just walking down the street, and I ran into Gov and Richie Rich. They sitting outside, and Rich had this clean-ass burgundy Corvette at the time. And I was like, man, at first I wasn't going to say nothing, but I was like, fuck that. I just stopped and looked at them dudes, and I was like, I could rap. I was like, and I'm a rapper, I could rap. And they looked at me like, this dirty-ass little nigga. And I spit. Rich was like, well, spit something, youngster. You know, Rich was always hella cool.
Yeah.
And I'm like feeling like, damn, nigga, this like my idol. This like Sideshow. This
So
like,
you knew exactly who the fuck he was?
nigga, this snitches and bitches, nigga. This the 1 to 5, nigga.
Yeah.
Too much mellow yellow. So I spit a little freestyle. Can't remember to save my life. And whatever I said, man, that shit worked. Gov latched on to me from that day forward. And the thing about Gov is he had this youngster named Eklypse from 7-7. I didn't know him. And one day he introduced us, right? And you know, everybody's like, I'm better. I'm dope. I'm better. Yeah. And he was like, bust. So I bust. I spit. I get at E hard, right?
Yeah.
Then E bust back. I don't know what I said, but in my mind I was thinking, oh shit, this nigga raw. And Gov just looked at us. We was like 15, and he was like, y'all want to be a group? And I was like, hell yeah, I want to be a group. And so we started developing. Just slowly, we would just hang with people in the studios. We get to hang out with Rich in the studio. We was there when the grill first started.
Which grill?
On Park Boulevard.
Park Boulevard.
That was the first grill under Lev Mama House.
Did he have one on Fruitvale too?
That was the second grill.
Gotcha. Yeah, I've been to that one.
That's where we recorded the CYDAL album.
Gotcha.
So Gov brought us in. When I met E, he had already done an actual professional recording. Broke Niggas Make the Best Crooks with the Loonies.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, was that on the Rubber album?
No, that was on the Loonies' first
the Operation
album.
Stackola.
Exactly.
Okay, gotcha.
And I had never done a professional recording.
Oh.
So what I had a talent for was freestyling because I didn't understand the method of writing at the time. So at the time, what I done was I went in the studio, me, Yuck Mouth, Gov, and Eklypse. And they like, let's make a song. Hustling is the final frontier. Hustling is the final frontier. Don't let nobody steer you wrong. Player, you got to get your money on. And I just bust. I was so scared and nervous, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to say. I just went in the studio. I listened to the beat and I called on T-Luni. I post up on the block and slang rocks on the days. You know what I mean? I started busting. And I just rapped for hella long. And they came in like, all right.
Yeah.
And then they said, double it. And I was like, what you mean by that? And they played it back. And for the first time in my life, I heard myself. And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then I doubled it. And I'm like, what the fuck?
You know, it's crazy because, like, for a long time, I was walking around like, because Fab is my partner.
Right.
And he freestyle.
That's my boy.
And it's this dude named Lime. I don't know if you know him.
I know Lime.
Lime Green.
Yeah.
Fab, Lime Green, T-Looney, and Rap and Rhyme, my favorite freestylers of all motherfucking time.
Me and Rap and Rhyme then had a battle once on his porch on 88th and Ocean. And it was like pit bulls hitting. We had a lot of love and respect for each other because we knew the situation where we came from and the little title we had. So when Gov and them took me to Rap and Rhyme Mama House and he came outside, it was like, nigga, we got a 50 sack. Who the best?
Yeah.
And me and Ryan went crazy on each other.
So who won the sack?
We split it equally.
Gotcha.
Straight up. And in my heart, man, out here, I feel like no matter who win that battle, it's a war.
Yeah, for sure.
So we always equal. One time you might get me, one time I might get you, but the goal is we together.
For sure. And even a boxer, when he lose, he gets something.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
So, you know, me and Fab didn't have some, we didn't have some spats.
Gotcha.
You know, and I can't really disclose who got that ass, but let's just say I'm smiling. And anybody willing to see me, anybody willing to see T-Looney on some freestyle shit, 925-497-100. It's your career, 1006. I just do this shit.
You know what? Hey, he almost pulled a Mike Jones.
Where Mike Jones ass out to? So the thing is, I love rap. I love music. I wasn't I'm the rich nigga, I'm the baller, I'm mad at you, I'm a lyrical. I came up listening to Eric B. and Rakim.
Okay.
Boogie Down Bronx. Cassette tapes, Redhead Kingpin, Grandmaster Flash, Furious 5. Then when Too Short came with the Ghetto, it was like, whoa, this nigga talking about us now.
For sure.
He's shooting videos on the streets we walk on.
Mm-hmm.
He talking about the streets we play on. And that nigga Too Short, I love you, Ty Shaw, even though I really don't know you. You had the biggest fucking impact on my life because at the time, the turmoil we went through in Oakland, he was speaking about it. And that let me know, okay, I ain't the only one going through this type of thing.
Yeah, we got a voice. Too Short definitely gave us a motherfucking voice.
Too Short was like our first rapper. We had some under rappers we didn't know about, old school, Meek Mill, a lot of Tufo. You know, we had people that were rapping and inspiring, but Short was like the first one you saw like starstruck, like, whoa, that's Short. That's
See, I was gonna ask you about that. When it come to like motherfuckers that nobody never heard of, who is your favorite rapper that's your homeboy or somebody from the neighborhood? Be like, man, that motherfucker was raw.
It's hard to name people because there's so many people like me that are kind of underlooked. So
Yeah.
I love all rap music. I don't listen to a song and be like, I don't like this, because it's as you get older, you understand that it's people coming from different avenues.
Yeah, for sure.
So you can never, you're the best.
Yeah.
Or you're the best. Damn near everybody my favorite. A dude could walk up on me the streets tonight and be like, listen to this. And I really go home and listen to it.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
really jam it. I've always been open to music like that. You can catch me bumping Prince. You can catch me bumping Elton John.
Yeah.
I love music.
For sure.
Because it's universal. Music gives you a high. It's like a feeling in there. You're like, oh, wait, turn that up. You know,
Yeah, for
that's
sure.
it, you know, you bobbing and weaving to some shit. I was listening to Tracy Chapman last night. I got a fast car.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, I just love music. Anything that can inspire me. I love old school. Earth, Wind, and Fire, you know, Can Function. I love anything from the Bay Area mostly because I know being an artist here, I know what it takes to get there. And so, hey, it's so much work that, man, I admire anybody that stuck to their guns. So, like I say, all the rappers that people don't know about, like, shit, me.
Gotcha.
I love them.
Gotcha. And I was gonna ask you, like, when your friend Eklypse, right?
Right.
When he passed away, like, how old was y'all?
When E got murdered, I believe E was 20.
20.
We're the same age, so I'm a few months older.
Yeah, same age.
So E was 20. And, you know, sad thing about it is that we grew up in Oakland in these streets. And through the opportunity of the record label, we learned the ups and downs of labels and how you treat it as an artist. We never actually got off the street. He was still grinding on 7-7. I was grinding like Seminary at the time or 50th at the time. And, you know, we trying to make it, man. We wanted to make it in Oakland. Oakland is like heaven and hell at the same time.
Gotcha.
Because when you're from Oakland, no matter where else you go, it's nothing that compares to Oakland.
That's right.
But at the same time, you want to get away from this motherfucker because, man, tomorrow ain't promised.
That's right.
Hence, at the time, I lost Eklypse. Diddley lost Ron. We lost Karan.
Yeah.
You know, we lost. It was like, it felt like
From off the hook.
Yeah, it felt like a curse. Like every group in the Bay was losing one rapper.
Yeah, RBL, they lost two members because it was
right.
2, then 3, then back to 1.
Right, and so when I lost E, man, because me and him were close, we were like babies bonded. I slept at his mom's house on the floor. I had my own bedroom there. We slept in motels when we traveled to do the music. It took everything out of me. It was like losing my twin brother.
I kind of figured that. You know what I'm saying? And I was going to ask you.
And so I kept at it. I stayed doing the music. After I lost E, I went and I got with the Mechanics because I grew up with Ken Tweed.
Gotcha.
And Ken Tweed is like my brother. We got the same birthday. You know, and he had Dot. He introduced me to Dot, and I was familiar with Dot because I lived on Seminary, and Dot's baby mother lived around the corner. Like, damn near, I could hop the fence and be at their house. Mm-hmm. So we were all collectively knew each other. And Ken would always see me grinding on Fairfax and High Street, and he'd be like, T, come fuck with us, you know, come fuck with us. And he had like a little studio hook up in the corner of the bedroom. And at some point I went in and I just started doing music, you know, when I needed a break from running from tasks or serving knocks. And somehow we managed to put a little album together.
Gotcha.
And we put that first album was I called it the autobiography. And rather writing it in songs, I wrote it in chapters.
Gotcha. So was that your solo or is that the...
That was my first solo album. The CYDAL album we did on East West Electra. We were signed to a major record label.
Gotcha.
Sylvia Rome signed us personally sitting at a table in New York in the Time Warner office.
Okay. How did they hear about you?
Gov, once he got a hold of us, what Gov did that was hella smart is he featured us on Richie Rich album, Half Thing.
Gotcha.
Then he did an album. He had an album, The Governor Taxing. we were on a song on there called Player Haters Rest in Peace.
Okay.
So we created this buzz. You had Bad Influence, and they was tearing it up.
Yeah,
and out of nowhere, you had these CYDAL dudes, and they seemed older, more mature. You know, they were talking about real shit, like, whoa, these niggas talking about the shit we really do. And basically, the couple of features we did and just the freestyling back then, hip-hop was different. You could go to a spot and get it rocking freestyling.
For sure.
Hub would throw a party. He'll let us come freestyle and warm it up. You know, we'll get a show. We open for the Loonies. We featured on Drew album. We featured on a few albums that kind of built up. And in that time, record labels was looking for talent. You know, they were scouting. So when we got at them and we shot them all the songs they wanted, and they seen us, like us too, they liked it. They liked what they saw. And they just, somehow, man, we got a fucking record deal, bro. And to this day, I can't fathom the idea that we got a record deal.
Yeah, that was cool.
It was crazy.
I was going to say, like, out of the cities that you went to,
Mm-hmm.
outside of Oakland, where did you get the most love at?
Everywhere we went, funny, we got the love.
Yeah.
If we made it to Atlanta, they loved us there. Los Angeles was really like the main hub between Oakland and Los Angeles, and we got a lot of love there. We got to meet people. Papa LQ. It was another cool
He's Regime,
dude.
right?
Yeah.
Papa LQ.
Yeah, because we fuck with Yuck and Numb. We
Yeah.
all paraphernalia to the mob. So when they went to L.A. after they did their thing, it opened up a door for us to meet all them brothers, Mad Max. You know, they hold Regime in the beginning.
Are you Regime too?
Nah, I'm not Regime. I'm Saito.
Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah, I'm paraphernalia to the mob.
Yeah.
It's still a family, don't get me wrong, but I'm Saito.
Yeah, gotcha.
I'm one step beyond all these niggas.
Yeah.
You know, and niggas knew that when it was time to get down, you knew who was going to bite your head off in the lab. Not to sound arrogant or nothing, but my task was to top myself.
Yeah.
The goal was, nigga, you got to be better than the last verse. Don't even worry about these dudes. But at the same time, you can't let these dudes out-rap you.
Yeah.
Because it felt like if you lost, it was forever.
Yeah.
You know?
Hell yeah.
As long as you won, it was like, cool, I won this round. But I can't lose the next one.
You love the sport.
And I'm in a room full of hitters. I'm talking about, you got Fats from Regime. This nigga, Fats, raw. One time he shut me down. I couldn't even write the song. I came in, he had his verses done. I couldn't fuck with it. I wasn't there. I had hella shit on my mind. And, you know, you had Yuck. This nigga was like hella shit on the mic. It'd be like he wasn't just a rapper. This nigga could noises in the background and characters. Then you had Numb. Numb had like this way of spitting shit that was like, then you had Eklypse. Hella intricate with the fucking verses. Then you got Pimpy Duke, Drew Down.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, he killing it. Bitches just love Drew Down.
Bitches love Drew
At that time,
Down.
Man, Drew pull up with them curls and that purple Chev. You can shut it down, buddy. It's on Drew right now. So it was an energy you fed off of.
Yeah.
You know, back then it wasn't about no hating and niggas hating and this and that. Everybody was trying to make it. Everybody had a focal point to reach. And I was just sucking in the energy from everybody.
That's what I thought that actually made the mob hella fucking raw. Because like you could hear these motherfuckers. You hear Asia Man coming aggressive like damn near like a fast version of Ice Cube.
Man.
Then Keat gonna slow it down. Bart is kind of like a combination of both of them.
Wild as fuck.
And then you gonna come on. Then Drew gonna come on. So it's like hella different drugs on the table. They going up and
we hitting you with hella different calibers, but
Yeah.
every one of them gonna tear something off you.
for sure, man. I fuck with that. Like I think I first really got familiar with you on Pistol Blazing.
Pistols Blazing was funny. We was sitting down in the Honeycomb. That was the mob little spot in the back of Granny's house on Congress.
Yeah.
Right? And me and B.A. was sitting in there. B.A. is actually my cousin.
Gotcha.
Yeah, through family. That's my cousin. And so I was looking at B.A. and he was looking at me and I was saying, I'm tired of us doing these verses. We got to switch it up. New York niggas do it different. So I wrote like a bar and a half.
Okay.
And I said it to B.A. And he wrote a bar and a half. And he said it to me. Then I said my bar and a half and he said his bar and a half. Usually this is me and Eklypse. So it's different with me and B.A. And we just kept writing this shit. And before you know it, it ain't no room for no 9-ass soldiers, niggas. And it's amazing how the heat bring out the hoe with niggas when pistols blazing. And A lot of the shit we talked, we walked. I was
Yeah.
a little grinder, kept a glide. Everybody knows T-Loon. It's not a secret.
Yeah.
I was a grinder. I never made it to baller. I wasn't a big push hella weight, but I stayed on the block. I kept my foot on the turf. I wanted to make it. I wanted to eat. I didn't have a serious family backing, so like everybody else, I had to get out there and push the little sack and pillow the post. My pet knocked to sleep at the house, but I would get up and go to the studio. You know, go down and get a new T-shirt and some drawers and freshen up, get some socks from Durant. You know what I mean? Stop at Al's and get a special. Come on, man, it's your boy.
Hey.
Stop over at Luis's and get the, you know, come on, man. Stop at the Screaming Eagle and get the steak and eggs, Mr. G. Come on, man. You know, we was doing our shit. Man, this is real East Oakland nigga. This ain't that nigga that just popped up in Oakland. I came from the motherfucking middle finger on the side of the hats and the big numbers on the derbies.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I came from way back in
Them
this
big
shit.
ass block letters.
Yeah, when the Goldfish store was on Foothill and Havens Court.
Yeah.
So, you know, I had been around and seen a lot of shit. And I had a lot of stories to tell. I had seen my family go through peril with drug abuse.
Yeah.
I had been shipped back and forth between Oakland and Chicago's a monster. Fuck, I got back to Oakland. I was happy to be in this little piece of violence.
What was Chicago like, man? Drop something on that.
All right, Chicago was like this. I landed in Chicago. It was 80-something. I was a baby. I had my hat on. It was an A's hat. I had it to the left a little bit. I got jumped walking to the store. I was like 12. They beat the fuck out of me. I didn't understand Chicago. It was gangster disciples,
And
vice lords, and foes, and Latin kings, and their language was different on the Wriggler, my niggler, your diggler to the higgler, and it was just different. And so what I had to do is incorporate into their shit in order to survive.
Yeah.
Because these niggas was way more serious than us. They was about this gangbang life. And, man, that shit was a lot of violence.
And it's a different type of vibe from gangbanging in L.A.
It's way different. These niggas was serious. I didn't even know nothing about L.A. then or nothing. I just knew that these motherfuckers, this shit wasn't playing. Family members was killing each other about this shit. And then I came back to Oakland to announce that this shit is even worse. They still doing drugs. Everybody mama on drugs. They beating up the mailman. He come late with the check on the 1st and 15th. This shit was real. You know, this shit was real, man. It was like we lived in the crack era. New Jack City. Word, I pull the trigger long, grip my teeth, spray till every brother's gone. We was trapped in this shit. Scarface. Every nigga was selling cocaine, big gold things, 415s in the trunk, the big cell phones about so big. And this was the life you seen, and it was all you seen as a kid. So you became, this is what you glorified.
Yeah.
And in that glorification, you became trapped in it. At some point, you found yourself cooking up a bundle of powder or cutting up some rocks. And in my heart, honestly, it wasn't what I wanted because I seen what it done to my family internally.
Yeah.
And I realized consciously as a black man, this is what I'm doing to other people's families for the sake of my survival. And coming from Oakland, Oakland has a deeper meaning. This is where the Black Panthers came from.
Mm-hmm.
And before the Black Panthers were disbanded, that was like the realest black shit in America.
Yeah.
And so I felt in my heart, we come from the realest black shit in America being right here in Oakland. And then, you know, Tupac came and he was talking this Black Panther shit. They got me trapped, could barely move the city streets, tired of cops harassing me. And it was like, yo, Pac, Short, Cube, NWA, they talking about the shit we living in.
Yeah.
And then I started having a little voice. And in that voice, you know, I never wanted to be famous. I wanted to be wealthy and well off. I wanted to not see my mom struggle work, riding the bus to work, coming home late at night. We on the bus. I don't know if somebody gonna do something. If a man approach her, I'm a baby. I'm scared. My pops wasn't there. So it was like that life. The same story I'm telling, we all had the same fucking story.
Yeah.
So the goal was, look, I want a bubble. So I had the little sack, and it wasn't moving. It was, you know, just enough rocks. It was 30 niggas on the block, so, you know, we get a quarter ounce, get a half ounce, zip and a half, might get a QP, and got caught, did some time. You come back, the money fucked off. You know, the regular routine. But the goal was, as I began the music, I wanted to grow and evolve. So I started doing verses with other people. And back then, you know, you didn't charge people.
Yeah.
You know, we wanted to work together. So I realized in order for my name to spread, I had to flood. So anytime you called T-Looney, he was there in 30 minutes, killing something on the mic, right? And I kind of, it was one time, 98, 99, I was like the hottest motherfucking rapper. But still not paid or not extremely famous, but the Bay just loved my dog ass. Like, I remember one time in my life, we used to work with my boy G on 7th Street in the studio in West Oakland. I walked in the studio, and he fucked with hella people, you know? Cool Nut was in there. And I walked in, and I'm like, Cool Nut? And he like, yeah. And I backed up. I'm like, my name, Cool Nut, the rebel that's maxing. You know what I'm saying? I spit the nigga verse, right?
This motherfucker crazy.
The nigga Cool Nut backed up, looked at me, and spit one of my verses and fucked me up.
Yeah.
And the nigga Cool Nut told me, you my favorite rapper. And bro, I was lost for words.
Yeah.
That was like the biggest blessing ever to come out the Bay. And as fucked up as it sound, honest to God, bro, that's the night he passed away when he left the studio.
Damn, that's
He had
crazy.
a bad car accident, and he didn't make it, you know? And it was like, wow. Like, to me, the people I run across in the Bay, I look at every rapper here as legend because I know what you go through, and I know how you kind of being ignored.
Yeah.
People don't understand how we'll support anything and everything else except the people next door.
Yeah, that's real.
And at some point, if we ever want to achieve black market, Black Wall Street again,
Yeah.
we're going to have to start supporting the people next door. You're going to have to stop looking past your friends, support them, whether they selling shoestrings or not. You know what I mean? And so I learned a humbleness that other people couldn't acquire because I've been homeless as a child. I've been pillow to post as a person. I've seen the music game taint people. Get a little money and think you all that, and your head get big, and then pop the balloon bust, and you come back down.
Yeah.
You know, and I always wanted to just stay level. I didn't want to offend people. I wanted people to love me. And plus, what I was internalizing, like I said before in the interview, is Michael Jackson syndrome. You're not a child in Oakland.
Yeah.
A lot of us never saw childhood. You know, you never got to go to Nolan Park Zoo. You never got to go to the little fairyland. You know, you was trapped in the ghetto and whatever the ghetto had to offer you at the time. So, to me, the music was like my only escape from this fucked up reality. And even in this music, I was still explaining to people this fucked up reality. You know, it was like I was trying to send a message, like a SOS. Help. Niggas need help out here. We want out of this. We beating on the door. Let us in. So, you know, when you love music the way I love music, you heavily inspired by anything. You could play anything. Like, you could just be jamming Frankie Beverly and Maze when I walk in, and while you listening to it, I'm literally writing a rap to it.
Yeah.
Just sometimes I'm writing it in my head.
Did you go to jail as a youngster a lot?
I went to juvenile hall a few times, some 11-350s, 11-351s. You done got caught with some rocks. Taz didn't choke you out and made you spit up a few. I didn't do YA time, but I did group home time. You know, I did like 9 months, 6 months here, you know. But as an adult, I didn't go to the penitentiary or nothing, but I did a lot of county time.
Gotcha. Was you in there rapping for soups and shit like that?
Nah, because I always had some money on my books. But if my homeboys wanted me to bust something just for inspiration, because you know that shit, it holds you down. You trapped in slavery now. You know, you're a number, and these people treating you like shit, and somebody might walk past the cell like, T, bust something, blood. And I just go crazy for my niggas to the deputy coming, hey, man, shut that shit up.
When you was walking down the street that time and you said that you seen Richie Rich, right? And you said the Gov was there. Did you know the Gov before that?
I didn't know them. I knew who they were.
Yeah.
But I didn't know them. I was a kid. I just knew that I was dealing with some people that dealt with them because I always was under cats that was making the bag, getting the money. Because I was one of them workers trying to get the money. You know, and I just had the heart of a lion all my life. And so as I was walking up to them, my heart was beating, but my conscience was saying, nigga, if you walk past them and don't tell them who you are and make them recognize you, you a sucker.
Yeah.
So I stopped, man, little dirty pants, little grimy T-shirt, and I told them niggas who the fuck I was, man.
Yeah.
And honestly, they respected that.
So was Gov your manager at one point?
Gov was like my big brother / manager.
Gotcha.
Because, you know, he had his things he went through in the Bay, and it was all a learning curve and a learning experience. So even watching him fumble, make mistakes, get in trouble, I learned from that. Gotcha. So I considered him more family. That was somebody that had me when nobody else did. Mm-hmm. You know, and to me, it's like people don't understand. People like JoJo have been through a lot himself. He came from that same broken home, broken family, hustling the streets, his family trying to make it. So we were just blessed to have each other.
That's real.
Because he now had a responsibility without having kids of children that he needed to take care of and guardian. And so it changed him in a lot of ways. A lot of shit he would have did, he didn't do because Saito's watching.
Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And you could talk to him like, hey, bro, that was fucked up. We shouldn't have did that, da-da-da. And he'd be like, you know, you're right or whatever. You know, and so that made a big difference versus, like, a lot of people ask me, was he like Suge or something? Nah, man, we ain't like this Oakland. Ain't nobody no punk. Even young niggas ain't punks, you know? So he knew that. We knew that. You know what I'm saying? We didn't fight with each other, jump on each other. We argued a lot.
Yeah.
There was a lot of goddamn arguing and balling up verses and throwing at each other. But the goal was to get us to success.
Yeah.
You know, he had achieved a small space of success by dealing with Pac, dealing with Rich, putting out his own albums, and just achieving getting to distribution. Remember, we from the streets. We not the Quincy Joneses of the world and shit. You know? We just some dudes from Oakland that's lucky. We just stumbled up on a situation, and we found the collective that it takes to make this situation work.
Gotcha.
And so that's what we ran with it.
Did you ever get a chance to meet Tupac?
I didn't meet Tupac, but I'm going to tell you what happened that was funny as shit. People always compared me to Tupac.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand that. So one day, Gov called Tupac, and I talked to him on the phone. I actually heard Tupac's voice, and I had the privilege of freestyling for Pac.
Yeah.
I don't know if the nigga felt it or not. He told me, yo, nigga, you raw, keep your shit up, woo, woo. And, man, that was like my most favorite motherfucker on the planet Earth, because nobody could spell out my pain like Pac. So once he did that, once I heard that man's voice from there, nigga, I lost it. It was hard to come in the lab with Loon at that point.
What's your favorite Pac song that you wish you could have got on? If you said, hey, Looney, I need you to get on this.
I wonder if Heaven Got a Ghetto.
Okay.
I think that it's more important for us to tell stories of inspiration than tell past stories of pain, punishment, death, and drug deals.
Yeah.
We need to inspire our people. We know where we come from, but do we know where the fuck we headed?
Gotcha. Speaking of where shit is headed, where do you think the rap is headed now?
Rap is always evolving. Music in itself is always evolving. So I think it's always headed in a good place. It just depends on what path you take it.
Gotcha.
I think the best thing about rap today is that you don't have to pay big money for studio time and engineers. You can damn near do it all in your bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
If you got a little talent and the right people, you motherfucking go platinum out your bedroom.
You ain't lying about
So
that.
I think today rap is in a better place because it gives more opportunity. Like back then, you had to go through hella shit to get to that desk and get that contract.
Mm-hmm.
Today, you don't need that desk or that contract. You put some shit together, get somebody to master it, drop that shit on YouTube. You famous next week, 600,000 views.
Yeah, that's real.
Just have a good gimmick. Find your crowd. I think today there's a crowd, and you have your crowd to follow. You just got to find your crowd. You know, you got social media, so it brings the people even closer to you. The fans get to know you more intimately than just when they see you at an interview or they run into you in security saying, back up. Shit, you can let them right into your living room on Instagram.
Yeah, that's real. I was going to say, what is your favorite song that you made?
I haven't made it yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm a Virgo. I don't know if that means a lot. I'm a perfectionist.
Yeah.
So when people love my music, I don't like it. I don't like it in the sense that I felt like I could have did better. I should have did this. I should have did that. I should have did this. Any song I made that was positive, like Conspiracy. I made a song called Conspiracy. And on that song, I was talking about gentrification. Mm-hmm. They tearing down churches, building hotels, underpaying the teachers when they go on strike. They be like, oh, well, while the cops will stay fully paid, armed, and bulletproofed out. The world is a ghetto when life's a shootout. Songs like that are my favorite songs, but I never had one favorite song. Because if you listen to what I said then, it's exactly what's happening today. And I didn't even know what the fuck I was saying.
Yeah.
I was just pouring out my pain. Okay? So it's like I was ahead of my time. And I still am. And I respect that. But those are the songs I want to be the Will Smith.
Yeah.
I want to inspire the people. I want people to know that you could do it even if you think you can't.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got hella rappers out there I never would have thought made it, but niggas make it.
Yeah.
And be weird colors and shit, funny jewelry, but they make it.
Yeah.
So you can't never doubt or second guess anybody. My thing is push you. If you feel like you could do it, I believe you could do it.
Yeah, because, I mean, there's so many motherfuckers on the planet. There's 6-point-something billion people on the planet, and there's only like about 10 different prototypes of motherfuckers.
Right.
So all you got to do is tap into that percentage of motherfuckers. Like the Ninja Turtles, it's a smart one, it's a rebellious one, it's a silly one. No, the silly one, and a computer geek.
Right.
And the leader, or whatever the fuck. If you making silly music like Michelangelo would make,
Bang.
you just tap into them motherfuckers, and it's 100 million motherfuckers that'll fuck with you.
Exactly. The goal to me is, cross the bridges and build the gaps. Get people together. Make good music. A lot of people deny each other the opportunity of making music. Music is a universal language, and you can make music all your life and get on a song with this dude, and that be the one the world feel. Mm-hmm. They don't even just directly feel your music. Now, based on this song, they gonna double back and listen to your music.
You know what's crazy? Because like I end up getting signed to this label called Fool's Gold Records. They put out Killer Mike. They put out Killer Mike is in a group called Run the Jewels. They put out Lil B. Who else is on there? Kid Cudi. They make kind of like alternative rap music.
Right.
So when I got signed, my partner said, "L, what the fuck is this?" You know, because I made a lot of street music.
Right.
I said, but you got to look at it like this. Say you got a soul food restaurant, and some white people come in, and they say, let me get what y'all like. Well, I give them the soul food. They get the lemonade. Then they say, what else y'all got for dessert? I bring them out the cake, right? So they come back later, and there's about 12 of these motherfuckers now. Now they having lunch for real. When they leave, they give me a card and say, hey, man, we want to put the cake in our motherfucking big store in New York.
Bam.
But I'm thinking, but all the niggas and shit like that coming here for soul food, they ain't coming here for the chocolate cake. So when you sign to a label, they only want parts of you.
They want parts of you, and they want to run you. And so I learned that with the label. Like I told the boys at the other podcast at No Vulture, and shout out to y'all. I love y'all for what y'all did for me. In the days with a label, we were signed to an East Coast record label.
Yeah.
And we some East Oakland niggas.
Yeah.
They didn't know what to do with us.
Yeah.
We was different. We was mature. Shit Nas was talking about them, we was already on at 16.
Yeah.
All right? We was really doing the shit that some niggas was lying they was doing. No, nigga, we doing this shit. Like, we swallowing rocks, and we throwing them back up, selling them.
Yeah.
We smacking at niggas if it's a problem when you hit the corner.
Yeah.
No, it was like real, like, not to glorify it, but niggas will knock you down.
Yeah.
Straight up. We
Yeah.
real East Oakland niggas. We really want to survive. We'll really knock you down. Fuck this music.
Yeah.
So what they had to do is break us from that. Like me, you had to come drag me off of seminary.
Yeah.
You can ask any nigga on seminary. You had to drag me off seminary. I'm not leaving the block.
You know what's crazy, though? As far as, like, segueing back to that shit, when I end up signing that deal, that was, like, damn near the best shit of my career.
It was.
Because it opened my eyes up to, like, even, like, the shit that the world want to hear, it might be just a different part of you that you haven't expressed the whole way, and you're growing as a person now.
The problem to me also is that you're dealing with a small group of people and their opinion.
Yeah.
Versus today, the world can hear your shit directly, instantly.
Exactly.
And then you can get the opinion. You can go down to the views and see exactly what they saying, what they feeling. Oh, you sound like such and such. Oh, fire, 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 fire. You know?
Yeah.
At that time, you had a collective group of people with just their little thought process.
Gotcha.
So this is what we feeling.
So how do you deal, like, you being older and shit like that? We about the same age or whatever the fuck. How do you feel like if you drop something now, motherfuckers like, man, this shit sound like it's the 90s?
Well, people do say that about my music because it is the 90s, because I am the 90s. That's when I was here and experienced the most trauma.
Okay.
When you experience trauma in your life, that impact is forever.
Yeah.
That doesn't go away. Not to say I haven't evolved, but those experiences were very deep and important. And in those experiences, that's what matured you and changed you. I don't want to kill people and see people laying in caskets. And I don't want to keep going to funerals, burying my friends and seeing their mamas and sisters and baby mamas in pain. I don't want to poison my community with cocaine because they already poisoning us with fucked up nutrition and lack of education.
Yeah,
So
that's
ain't no
real
need,
shit.
ain't no need in me adding to this.
Yeah, them is called silent weapons.
Right.
You know what I'm
We
saying?
were caught up in a warfare we didn't understand until we was fucking 30 years old.
Yeah, for sure.
So the goal for me was the people looking at me, like my partners on the block looked at me like a star. You
Yeah.
couldn't even run up on me on any block. And not that, like, I got hands and shit, but my partner's going to protect me because they felt like that's our star.
Yeah, for sure.
Before a Nipsey Hussle, that's our Nipsey. That's T-Looney.
Yeah.
Or that's Eklypse.
How did you feel about that Nipsey Hussle shit?
It hurt me, man. And it's like, I'm going to tell you something my daughter said to me the other day. My daughter's birthday is the same day as mine. So last Sunday was our birthday, and me, her, and my wife, we were listening to my album, and she said, Dad, your
How old
music-"
is your daughter?
She's 11.
Gotcha. Okay.
She said, Dad, your music is real. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, thank you. You know, it's a proud father moment, you know?
For sure.
My shit was ear to ear. I had to wipe them cheeks down. And then she said, but I don't want you to rap because the real rappers always get killed and the fake rappers get to live.
Huh.
And I told her, God got me, baby.
Yeah.
If I was gone, I'd have been gone.
For sure.
I told her that you got to, I'm a man of truth, so that's what I'm going to give you.
So you working on a new album right now?
I have an album on Spotify right now called I Come From Nothing.
You come from nothing?
I Come From Nothing. I got some nice music on there. It's a couple like real bangers, like some Bay Area representative shit.
How many solo albums you got?
I have 4 solo albums.
Name them.
Well, wait, let me see. I got Autobiography. I got, I did an album with Modo.
Keek the Sneak label?
Yeah, I did an album with Modo.
Is Modo Keek the Sneak's label?
Nah, that was these other cats. Fuck you, Modo. Y'all some bitches. Yeah, don't edit that out. Yeah. I did an album with Modo. They didn't really release it because they had Clyde Carson them at the time. The team was the shit.
Yeah.
And so, again, like other people, they didn't know how to market me.
Gotcha. So they shelved it?
Kind of like shelf my shit. I did the whole album and they shelved it. And it was a dope album. It had this song on there called Revelations, and it was like the realest shit. I think the mistake I made in life, be honest, is I make real heartfelt. It's not dance music.
Gotcha.
It's not sideshow music. It's sit back and think.
Yeah.
And change your ways type of music. It's listen to my experiences. Do you really want to walk down this path?
Did they release the motherfucker, or is it still somewhere?
They snuck released it. Probably made a few dollars off of it, but you can't buy it now. You can't get it. They don't have any more copies. And plus, the way my attorney moved, he wish you would.
Damn, that's crazy.
And then I had this album I just done, I Come From Nothing. But I put a mixtape out, just dropped it on the under on YouTube.
Yeah.
You know, I do stuff like that. I quietly work. I quietly sneak around. Like I quietly snuck in here today.
Yeah.
Because I'm not looking for vanity or fame. I want people to hear the music, hear the messages in the music.
Yeah.
Understand that there are still people like me that will deliver the message of inspiration to let you know you can do it. You do not have to grow up to be nobody's hooker. You ain't got to grow up selling nobody's dope. You can really get an education. You can really start a business. We can really create Black Wall Street. A lot of these punk-ass niggas is hypocrites, okay? They put it in this little faggot-ass jewelry and live this European lifestyle. That's not us. We need to get it together. Oakland full of tents and shit. We claiming shit that ain't ours.
Mm-hmm.
That's why when you say what block you from, I can't claim a block. Because if I go out there and there's niggas selling dope on that block and niggas homeless on that block, people hurting each other on that block, then that's a representation of what I'm representing.
Yeah.
And what I'm representing is our uplift.
That's real.
And our upkeep and our maintenance. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So I own a black business and it's black owned and it's black operated.
That's right.
And any black man can walk in there and get a job. They know that. Or any black woman.
Yeah.
And that's where the buck stop.
For sure.
And so the thing is, I just think that like, be inspirational. Like Jeezy, I find that shit inspirational. When even though he talking about the trap shit, that's inspiration. Because when you look at him, he don't do that no more.
That's right.
A lot of times we make the mistake of internalizing this shit like it's real. No, nigga, it's entertainment. When these lights and shit and cameras go off, I'm not killing nobody. I'm going home, snuggle up with my daughter, and watch the shark shit. Do the baby shark. You know what I'm saying? For real. If you push me, I'll fuck you off.
Yeah, that's real.
I got cats in the background to fuck you off. But that ain't my thing. My thing is I'm a man and I'm here to make it. Right now, I'm currently trying to start a mentorship program where we can get a big room, a big space, set up an engineering section, a mechanical section, a culinary section, and give back to the kids.
It's funny that you say that because I was just building Friday 2 days ago.
Right.
How about getting a men's group and shit like that and kind of like getting some things popping because there's a lot of conscious people out here.
There
and
are.
Motherfuckers be needing places to go, man.
They do. Kids need something that doesn't cost them.
Yeah.
Parents ain't having the money they used to have. I mean, I remember going to the boys club and my mom was struggling to pay the little membership, $30 a month or something.
Yeah.
You know, and so we need to, if you got your shit together, if you the nigga you claim and you this baller, you run the city, punk motherfucker, then do something for your people. I ain't talking about no shoes and shit like that. I'm talking about set up something that gives back and creates jobs. You're not a boss, okay? And let's clarify this shit.
Yeah.
You're not a boss unless you offer a job and benefits.
Yeah.
You're not a boss because you got a cute car, a lot of clothes, or a house. You're just a person that have acquired a lot of things, and some may admire it and some may not. But what I admire is the man who gives to a man who then can give.
Yeah, that's real. That's real, because motherfuckers throw that term around so loosely. It's nothing to a boss. It's nothing to a boss.
Cool.
I'll say, check this out, man. You probably heard a boss say that to another boss, but that don't make you a boss.
When I step into a boss conversation, I say, if you a boss, nigga, I'm a boss. Let's go get 30 homeless people off the street right now.
You know what I'm saying?
That's when you find out who the boss is and who the boss ain't.
Hey, speaking of this shit, man, I got to ask you a question. When it comes to this 90s shit, right? Because motherfuckers say that my music sound a lot like the 90s and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say the 90s was the golden era of hip-hop?
That's a statement like the best. It ain't no best till it's over. It ain't no golden era till it's done.
Okay.
It's just all great experiences, and you can take them from a negative or you can take them from a positive. I'm learning to take all this shit that's negative, internalize it, and make it positive.
Yeah.
I want it to come back out positive.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I could never put a best song, time, rapper, era, because you might have one that just, I'm finna bump this for the rest of the week.
Yeah.
I ain't bump, like I just found a song with Nipsey and Rick Ross called Lord Forgive Me. Oh man, it's touching me. And so I ain't bumped nothing but this one song.
Gotcha.
And so now, and then I might next week find some old school Patrice Rushen. And this is my favorite song this week.
Gotcha.
Last
gotcha.
week it was D-Train.
Yeah.
So, it's beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Gotcha. Because music is definitely sentimental, and it depends on where
It's a sentiment.
like Mexicali Rose, right?
I
didn't think
remember that.
I didn't think they had the best food, but I like the ambiance. I like
Exactly.
knowing that I was gonna go there, get some of the drinks from Joe, see my partner
Right.
Snoop the barber and that motherfucker. Then,
Snoop.
you know what I mean?
It's my nigga.
Hey, what's up? Hey, what's
My
up,
dude.
though, brother? You know what I'm saying? And shit like that, or whatever, whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
But we didn't appreciate it till it was gone.
Nah.
Like Al's. One day I pulled up, and Al was my dude. Al knew, hey, same thing. When Al's was gone, bruh,
Yeah.
broke my heart. I've been at Al's trying to make that special every moment, and shit ain't turning out the same neither. So, you sometimes, it's stuff right there before your eyes. Like it might be a T-Luni, it might be a Saito. And you love that shit, but it's all right, it's cool. But then when it's gone and you forced to deal with what comes, you like, damn, I wish we had.
Yeah.
So it's the roses.
Yeah.
Hey, if you a hell of a person, be it a hustler in the street or you helping people or you an educator, I'm a say something to you about that. You should smell the roses now.
That's real.
Not I'm dropping them off at your grave.
That's real. That's
People-
real. I think
people-
my mother said something
Yeah,
to me like
people
that.
spend more time with a patch of grass than they do a human being. That's sad.
That
Motherfuckers had 600 Hennessy bottles out there on the street like you could taste them.
Yeah.
But didn't have not a shot of Hennessy with you the day before you died.
That's crazy.
So it's like, let's get back into appreciating us as people, as artists, as entrepreneurs, as inspirers. Let's smell these roses and let's grow.
And I was gonna ask you something. I was watching the No Vulture shit a little bit that they threw the clip up, and you said, if I heard you correctly, because I might have heard you wrong, but was Hollywood originally the Looney song?
It was. So we had a clean ass single, Curiosity. And it was a remake from Stevie Wonder, and this shit was slap. It slapped harder than Hollywood. But the labels are New York labels, so they used to a different type of sound and a different deliverance. We was like direct with this shit. So the Loonies had been through this shit already. They seen the biasness, how they treat you. So they did this. They had the Hollywood song. It was already done, be honest with you. And we had a sick-ass song because they loved us. They were like our big brothers. I done slept on Yuck Couch. I done slept on Numb Flow. Them was the first L.A. experiences fucking with the Loonies.
Okay.
And basically, I asked them, could we trade songs? Because we need this single. It's looking bad for us. It's embarrassing. And, nigga, we live in pillow to post and couch. I'm trying to get like y'all, a condo and a home and shit. And so they was, you know, they wanted their shit because it's their shit they created. They didn't understand that quite of a need, but Gov and Chris Hicks got together, they talked about it, they worked it out, and they gave us the song, and they also stayed on the song with us to give us the caboose because this our crew, this paraphernalia to the mob.
For sure.
It's like you need me, nigga, I'm here for you. Just do the right thing with it. But like I was telling them at No Vulture, the problem was people said we were biting rather than paying homage. Come on, man. Humpty Hump was like the dopest, non-violent nigga ever to come out of the Bay.
For sure.
Huh? He touched the whole goddamn, when the Humpty Hump song came on back then, you got up and did that shit.
The funny thing about it is I often say that Mac Dre reminds me of Humpty Hump, but just with guns and dope.
Exactly. And
they love Dre.
Exactly. So, you know, we were paying homage. People at the time were heavy. We're always overcritical of us.
Yeah.
You know, and we'll accept anybody else and they bullshit in a heartbeat, but be overcritical of the person you know.
Got you. That's real.
And so sometimes your criticism might fuck up your homeboy's success. You know, instead of you just saying, that's cool, I like it, let's, you know.
So you're not saying that the Loonies was actually tripping. You just saying like motherfuckers.
Nah, the Loonies loved us, man.
Yeah.
They love us. I can call Yuck right now. He'll answer the phone. J-Lo, what's up, my nigga? You know what I'm saying? I could call Numb. I could call Drew. We still a crew.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just that we've grown. We do other things. But if they call me right now, let's do the album, they know I'm on it.
For sure.
They know I'm going to go fuck. It'll be Scarface, all them. They going to all admire what I'm coming with. They going to be like, that boy, man, they brought that boy back.
Yeah.
So the thing is, when they did that for us, it was the utmost respect that I had ever received from a human being.
Yeah.
Because you took something that you created. This came from your mind and your heart.
Yeah.
And you allowed me to present this to the world. So that's why when people ask me about it, I'm going to tell you the real. I don't make up lies.
Yeah.
I'm a real person. I'm going to tell you the real. I love them dudes. I love the Loonies. Before 5 on it, I love the Ice Cream Man, bitch. Don't you hear the music?
Yeah, for sure.
We in the video. We standing there at Drew Down Mama house. You know what I'm saying? So I watched us come from nothing as niggas in East Oakland to be considered artists. I even have people to this day that say I'm a legendary rapper, and I haven't quite saw that yet, but I'm like, thank you. I remember and remind myself to always be humble and appreciative.
Because you never know what you influence a motherfucker.
You don't
to.
know. I haven't, like Rab said when we was doing the interview, he like, man, you got me through jail.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow.
Yeah, like it was crazy because one time I was hanging out with Fab on 45th when he had the dope air spot on 45th. So I'm in the front seat, you know what I'm saying? I go across the street to get me like a tall can or something, and then now it's somebody in the front seat. So I'm sitting in the back, and the dude turned around, and he was like, hey, man, wasn't you the one that sung High Post back in the day? Because I had a song called High Post.
Right.
I said, yeah, that's me. He was like, this Dame Lillard artist. I didn't even know that.
Was
He
it
like,
Joe Blow?
No, this is Brookfield Deuce.
Okay. I'm not really aware of him, but
he
that's
said,
what's
yeah,
up.
man, you 3 times crazy and shit like that, man. Y'all motherfuckers, man, we want to rap. You know what I'm saying? So you never know the impact that you have on another motherfucker.
It's funny, man. To this day, I had a guy call me, bro. He hit my Instagram the other day, and this brother got every album and song I ever been on. He up in Modesto, and he loves me. We talk till damn near 2 in the morning back and forth. And I told him, yo, man, I'm gonna do you one. I'm gonna do you a solid. I said I never really internalized fans, cause I never been to the big stage. They ain't never really T-Looney. So when this guy, he just made me feel so good.
Yeah.
I gave him songs that I never released, new songs that I never released.
You did that?
I gave him songs that I never, and that man, he was like, thank you, bro. I love you to death. And I told him, listen, I'm going to come out there to Modesto and chill with you one day. Just on some player shit. You know,
Yeah, that's
chill.
That's real. You know before we go, though, my bad, before we go, you're going to finish your story, but I'm going to have to ask you to kick one of the motherfucking acapellas because,
I'm going to try. I might still I'm knock the rust off, see what I'm capable of. But
okay, for sure.
I appreciate the people that appreciate me because quiet is kept. There's so many people that won't give you your credit or your props. The 2 or 3 people that give it to you energize that bunny. You know? And once that bunny up and running, baby, them drums beating, here we come, man. So, I like that. It's been people that kind of broke me with things they say. I've reached out to artists, and you know who I'm talking about, you bitch-ass nigga. I've reached out to artists, and they've been like, oh, you ain't no rapper. You can't get on my music. Ooh, you a punk.
Somebody said that to you?
And I ain't going to say no names because we going to see each other in traffic and find out what's the difference between men and mice. See? But, yeah, I've been got at it like that. And I had to reply to him with stupid shit like, it's cool, my nigga, we all millionaires. Or are we?
Well, check it out. I got to ask you a question. Obviously, this person is younger than you.
Yeah, definitely. A little smidget. But it was just a thing that, like, it's like, yo, man, I love everybody music, and you ain't never heard me diss nobody or disrespect nobody, and you've never heard nobody say that about me in return. So it just lets you know that this young punk era, they don't realize, man, don't do that. Yeah. Inspire your people. Push your people. Don't never knock your own people, because it's a world doing that already.
Gotcha.
So to me, the thing is, if I can help somebody, if I just sit in the studio and give you a tip, if I could fucking get on the song and make it better, shit, if I could write the verse for you, I'm always there. I always do it. I very seldomly charge people.
Yeah, gotcha.
For music. It's very random that somebody gave me money.
So when a motherfucker got at you and they was younger than you, did you kind of feel like they was calling you like a has-been or something like that?
It was some Instagram shit, and you ain't gonna call me a has-been because I'm sitting in this big-ass house I built on this big-ass hill, and I got this black business plus 2 more other businesses. So nah, you ain't gonna make me feel like a has-been.
Gotcha.
A lot of dudes get a little Rolex and throw some diamonds in it because they don't know that a Rolex is a diver watch, it's designed for swimming, and they think they something.
Gotcha.
They put a little chain on, and they think they something. Well, I feed people. I feed people. I give to people. People can come to my business and say, T, I'm hungry, and I will dig in my pocket and give them money to go eat. Mm-hmm. Your child could walk in my barbershop and say, I don't have the money for a haircut, and I'll give it to him.
Gotcha.
You could walk in my barbershop, and I could just look at your shoes, and it make me feel some way, and I kick these motherfucking shoes off and give them to you.
Yeah.
And if we got to fight about this shit, we'll fight about this shit. That's how much I love my people.
Gotcha.
All people, not just black people.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm that type of person because those are the type of people. I might not ever be him, but you might be.
Yeah.
And if I could just say a sentence that helps you get to the next person that says a sentence to inspire you, that's what we supposed to do, uplift us. Mm-hmm. Without that upliftment, where are we headed? It's a lot of artists who say they're the biggest shit in the Bay, but it's funny, you could walk up on them any day right here in the Bay.
Yeah.
So it's like you went all over the place but didn't go nowhere.
You know who people tried to talk down on, and it was one of my favorite motherfuckers, MC Hammer.
And fuck that, and I'm finna lay this shit out, and whether you niggas like this or not, MC Hammer is the biggest rapper in the fucking world ever. This nigga had a doll. This nigga put Oakland in cartoons. I don't want to hear nothing about nothing. MC Hammer, if you don't pay respect to him, dig a hole, nigga.
Straight up.
I respect you, Hammer. Nigga, I used to sit there and watch Hammer Time and cry like, Oakland on TV in the morning, mama.
You know what's crazy?
Then you go outside and you in Oakland.
You know what's crazy? Because coming up, you know what I'm saying, when niggas wasn't having daddies, you know what I'm saying? This is why I'm a good father. Niggas wasn't having daddies. You know niggas was looking up to niggas like Hulk Hogan. After Hulk Hogan, nigga, MC Hammer was a motherfucker that was a new daddy.
And so remember what people were mad at. Hammer was positive. So Hammer was a positive person.
For sure.
So what Hammer did is gave police helicopters. He was trying to help the ghetto, stop the killings.
Well, you know what he actually did? This is what I heard. I think that he actually donated the city money.
Right.
And then the city did what they want to do. Like if I gave you some money.
Right.
If I gave you $16,500.
And I did some dumb shit with it.
And you bought, you know, a key for 2 and bought guns to the rest and bought a little posse.
They giving you the credit for my purchase.
Exactly.
Right. I understand that. And so the thing was, I feel like Hammer did everything he did correctly, and even to this day stayed positive. No smut on his name. So how do you hate then the positive person but love the negative? How do you hate a positive person and love a pimp? How do you hate the preacher but love the pimp?
Yeah.
That's the problem we having.
Yeah. Glorifying the wrong shit.
A warped reality.
Warped.
It's a warped reality. You think that the gangsters live forever, keep living. Mm-hmm. You'll find that the gangsters got jobs now.
The funny thing about it is that gangsters are usually gravitate towards the motherfuckers that's actually doing something.
Because everybody knows it's a temporary. Life in itself is temporary.
Yeah.
Stupid shit makes it even more temporary. Mm-hmm. You can sit down and talk to OGs that done sat in jail 2-3 decades, and they gonna tell you, man, hey, it ain't worth it.
Gotcha.
But sometimes you won't hear it. It's like you could tell your son some shit, and they don't listen, but you had your homeboy tell them, and now you seeing them taking on to it. You like, well, I said the same shit last week.
It sounds like you read hella books and shit, man. What book you got for a motherfucker to read, man? What's a prolific-ass book that you done read in the last 15 years? You be like, man, read this motherfucker.
Read all books.
Okay.
That's the problem. Read all books. Allow your brain to grow. Your brain don't grow on Instagram. Look up stuff like Dan Pena's The Billionaire, worth $50 billion, and listen to his methods. Go to car dealerships and sit in luxury cars you can't afford. Go to mansions you can't afford. Go shop in clothing stores you can't buy the shit. Inspire yourself.
That's real.
You know, read. Knowledge is the strength. You could be the richest nigga in the world, but your dumb ass be broke in 10 years. I could be the brokest nigga in the world, and next thing you know, I'm Jeff Bezos. You know, the thing is, knowledge is the most powerful. We glorify money, but money come and go. Knowledge is forever. Once embedded, it's there.
You know what my partner just, when I was having that talk 2 days ago, he said clarity is more important than money.
Clarity. So I quit smoking weed. I quit drinking liquor because I feel like everything mass marketed to us is questionable. And all of a sudden, weed is mass marketed. Remember, vaping was it's the safest thing, better than nicotine. Niggas dying last week.
Dying.
Popeye's been selling niggas a chicken sandwich. They ran out of chicken. In a world full of chickens.
I was in Popeyes. I said, y'all better be, I heard they putting Plan B in them motherfuckers.
So, you know, the thing is, what I feel like we should do is we need to get knowledge of us, our people, ourselves, as much as possible. You ain't got to be the prolific African or some shit, but, you know, get knowledge of us, and understand the system put in place. The ghetto was created. Poverty was created. Like AIDS was created. It didn't work. They took it out. Drugs was created. It didn't work. They took them out. The guns were implanted. It's not working. They took them out. So now what they doing is they gentrifying. We can't afford to buy our shit, so they buying it and they pushing us out. They push us to Stockton. We make it worse. They come in and buy it for cheaper. Then they keep pushing us further.
You know it's crazy because I was telling it along the gentrification levels that I was asking my professor, and I brought it to his attention because he already knew it. I said if they house motherfuckers who kept them homeless. Do you know keeping motherfuckers homeless, they make hella money because people are getting drinking in public tickets. The liquor stores is winning. Motherfuckers is going to jail. The county hospitals need jobs to house these motherfuckers. They need the Medi-Cal and all these free services. Motherfuckers is making a ton of money off homeless motherfuckers.
And they're allowing the corporations and the big industries to come in and buy the buildings and shit and pay the extra $7-8 million not to offer affordable housing. So, you know, it's kind of like that's where we need to come in. That's where all the so-called kingpins and gangsters and thug lords, it's time to bind together and become businessmen. You can't be a gangster forever. I don't give a fuck who you are. And if you think you can, you a goddamn fool. At some point, we need to do business. And we need to make sure we are right. Bring back the free breakfast program, the free medical program. Like I say, set up mentorships, teach kids to be culinary artists, engineers. Inspire these children. You know, so that we can have Wakanda.
Yeah, because trades are just as good as degrees.
Trades are good as degrees. If they pull the plug on the internet tomorrow, a lot of us are fucked.
Yeah.
I'm a barber. I'm going to be fine. I went to culinary arts. I can cook. I'm going to be all right. I got some trades under my belt.
It's a nigga in Stockton I heard ain't got no hands know how to cut hair.
Just like that, yeah.
They call him hooks.
Just like that.
Real shit.
I mean, you have to believe in you and keep doing it. You know, like I took a break from music. I've been married since I was 18. Like through all the music shit, I've been married. That's why you don't hear me talk a lot of disrespectful stuff about women. I got a wife. I got daughters. I'm actually I'm 42 years old.
Gotcha.
I've been married for 25 years.
Damn.
I've been married since I was 18. So I internalized a lot of things in life different, you know? And so I feel like you can do everything you want to do and some. Just put your mind to it and your heart to it and tune out the bullshit. Don't entertain no bullshit. Just push forward. Just do it. Don't make no motherfucking excuse. I'm going to do it tomorrow. Get your punk ass up, wash your ass, and go out and do it, man. You can do it. You want to be rich? You could be rich. You want to be a genius? You could be a genius. You want to be the buffest motherfucker in the hood? You could do it. You want the dopest podcast? You just got to do it. I'm somebody. Say that shit every day. I love me. Say that shit every day. Thank you, God, for letting me wake up. We forget to be humble. Smokey Robinson once said at an award show, we need to humble ourselves. And when somebody like that say that, that's been around this long and still alive today, to pass that down to you, you need to internalize that and digest that.
Yeah, that's real shit.
And you need to get all that bullshit out your system to make you feel like you better than the next man because of your outfit or your clothes, or because of the people you deal with. And what you need to do is surround yourself with successful people. Your future is your friends. If you deal with a bunch of niggas from the block, that's your future, man. If you're dealing with billionaires, accountants, and attorneys, not for the sake of getting money, but knowledge. Knowledge goes so much further than money, because you might not get rich when you in your 30s or 40s. You might be a billionaire at 60.
Yeah.
You know? And then guess what's going to happen? Everybody wants to know how you got there.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying, like, be inspired. You want to know how to cook? Go down there and talk to Chef Smelly. I'm pretty sure Chef, he'll share that with you.
Of course.
You want to know about rap? Hit me on my Instagram. You want to know about barbering? Hit me. Don't be scared to ask questions. Without questions, you'll never have answers. Read about Black Wall Street. That shit is so important. Read about Tulsa, Oklahoma. Understand who we really are and what we really come from. Understand what our potential are. We have so much untapped potential, and we black men still playing like we niggas.
Yeah. So, what else I was going to ask you? I was going to say, where can motherfuckers find your music at and shit like that?
Right now, I currently have on Spotify the album "I Come From Nothing," with the single "Look at California," and the single "I Come From Nothing," and it's on all the platforms, Spotify, everywhere. I was gonna go with a different distribution, but I went with like DistroKid.
Gotcha.
You know, just something simple, because sometimes you get with the distributions and it's a biasness.
Yeah.
You know what? This artist is what we dealing with, and we'll get to you sooner or later. So I'm just putting it out there, and you know, I'm about to go shoot a video right now when we leave.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to let the people know it's there. If it's up to you. I'm not gonna beg you to buy it. I'm living a good life with or without you. Believe that. Oh, T-Lunatic, it's a lot to this monster. Okay?
Gotcha.
It's a lot to this. I'm a monster trapped inside of a man. So, you know, and I'm still learning. I'm still going to school. I'm still trying to, like, my goal is to start going to the schools and talking to kids. Inspiration. Go to juvenile halls and talk to the kids. Inspiration. Go down to 10 City and see what I could do to help. Fuck that bottle of water shit. How can I help you get off these streets? Me as an individual. What can I do for you? If each one of us did that, it wouldn't be no homeless people on the streets. Fuck, it wasn't homeless people when our parents was on drugs. So it's just up to us as people to man up and stop being so full of self. You can't do nothing alone in this world.
Yeah.
Ain't no successful person successful alone.
Yeah. I read on somewhere that said no thought is independent of every thought. Every thought is dependent on another thought.
Exactly. Because that thought was provoked by a thought from last week or yesterday.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know? So the thing is, you're only good as your last thought.
Yeah.
And, you know, the positive thing makes the thought that much bigger and brighter. That's why I'm stressing. Be positive.
Yeah.
Read. A lot of people don't read. They look and they roll. They scroll. But they're not actually reading. A button I like. Man, sit down and read a book. Take your ass to Starbucks. Get you an old caramel macchiato and read a book. It ain't got to be about black people. Just read. Learn a new word every day.
Yeah.
Learn a new math equation every day. Learn something about Africa every day. Learn something about nutrition every day and implement it in your life. And one day you'll look up and without even noticing it, you'll love the motherfucker you see every day in that mirror.
That's real.
Oh, his skin is shining. Oh, his teeth is shining. Oh, his heart is shining. You can see his spirit. He light up the room when he walk in.
For sure.
That's what you want. And if we all got that mentality, then what kind of world are we living in?
So
what kind of Oakland are we dealing with then?
So am I going to get a verse before, you know? Am I going to get a acapella?
I could give you a acapella.
For sure.
Let me see. I'm not here to tell you I'm the best of nothing, the best of something. Not here to tell you something. I'm here to repel you with game and knowledge. I ain't never been to college, sold cocaine instead to make dollars. But I'm thinking the bullshit really need be abolished. While we gotta think about us. Shit, man, why will we doubt us? Don't even support us. It's like we trying to abort us. While we going support others, they building borders and concentration camps. They shooting the niggas down. I can't take it, champ. We supposed to be the man. We supposed to be the plan. Take a closer look. We supposed to see the plan. All we really see is grands. All we really see is gram. They call it instant, but I ain't convinced it ain't even paid us. Shit, look at what it did to us. Niggas is mad. Look at all the kids, how they look at us. This shit is crazy. I'm thinking you should wake up. Look at all the family society break up. The prison, it ain't getting no better, just more filled with niggas like us. We ain't getting no cheddar. The money we touch ain't shit. Don't even stay in the ghetto for like 30 seconds. Not even a minute. We give it to Nike, and Nike, they ain't giving it back. We give it to all the cats, they ain't giving it back. Fuck the bullshit, man. Get your money, my nigga. Pass it on. Don't be funny, my nigga. It's a culture. Don't be a vulture. Be a soldier. Be braver. Don't be a hater. Be a player. I'm an Oakland Raider. In other words, I'm an Oakland innovator.
Yeah, for sure. Now, you know we freestyle back in the day, but I want to kick mine now.
Kick that thing,
I say,
man.
West Coast off the top, it's OAK in this bitch. And I'ma tell you off the top, I'm not a blood or a crib, but if I was a crib, I'd be Snoop. If I was a blood, I'd be Quick. If I'm Latin, I'm Joe, because Big Pun ain't here. If I'm white, it'd be E. Him, I, M. October 17th, that is my birthday twin. I'm from the town. I bust the tightest acapella. I'm keeping bitches out past 12 like Cinderella. And I'm the prince to give her glass slipper, dunk balls in her face like Blake Griffin the Clipper. I'm a big dog, I'm hella bigger than Clifford. Rubber condom, raincoat, wet skipper, anaconda, guns, we squeeze pythons. Don't smoke, but used to blow hella bomb. Kilogram like kilogram or Cameron. Cocaine's a kilograms, go kill a cam. 2 pounds, 2 ounces is a kilogram. Star of my circle of niggas a living pentagram. To sum it up, I don't give a fuck. I'm yelling, come on, you know what I want.
Just like that. And see, the thing is, talent. Just right off the bat, talent.
Yeah.
I think that it's just we all have a talent. Like when you look at Oakland is this little ass city, but the world respects it.
For sure.
You go any fucking where in the world and say you from Oakland, and for some reason you draw a big crowd.
Well, everybody that actually was hella famous in Oakland actually blew the fuck up.
Right.
Like they're at the top, like
Right.
Too Short, right?
Right.
Too Short, it's not another one.
You'll never be another Short.
If you need Too Short on the album and can't afford Too Short, your ass is out. If I need Ice Cube on the album but can't afford Ice Cube, then I could probably get or I could get somebody like Mac 10 or Dub C. Not saying that they way cheaper or something, but if I can't get Cube, I can get somebody, or Face. Face would be a good fit, depending on the subject matter or something like that.
In other words, we produce a bunch of one of a kinds.
One of a kind.
A bunch of, ooh, you broke the mold.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and so a lot of great people come from here. Like you got that dude, Famous Negrito. It's a Grammy Award winning artist, and a lot of people here don't know about him. They might walk past him and not even know who the fuck he is. Think like, damn, what's up with Brian that hair? But you know, that's the thing. So you never know who you come across or who you dealing with. Just learn something every day and learn something from everybody. Internalize and understand that, man. A lot of this shit is designed to pit us against us.
Yeah.
You know, marketing strategies are designed to make us spend all our money with them, knowing that money will never come back to our communities, and we fall for it. We've been lining up for Michael Jordan for a long time. That nigga ain't even put a billboard in the hood.
That's real shit. That's real shit.
You know, when you see your auntie open up a little chicken wing spot, everybody should run down and support that. When your uncle open up a smoke shop, everybody run down and support that. Like you see the little restaurant down there on Foothill, Lena's, everybody should eat down there.
For sure.
We should always support our people, because if we stop supporting them and nobody else, then we don't have an existence in time.
That's
like right now where Oakland at, it's a lack of black businesses.
Yeah.
It's a lack of black homeowners. It's a lack of education. Okay? And so what we need to do collectively, because can't nobody do it alone, is talk to our people. You know, everybody can hear you, and you might just implant the seed that spark a notion in somebody else, like, yeah, let's do this, let's do that. And you start seeing a change. One change bring on a change. And one thing about positivity is it's a chain effect.
Gotcha. So yeah, that pretty much sums it up and shit like that.
Thank you for having me here. I
for
appreciate
sure,
it.
man.
You know,
hey, man, you was always cool, man. You two for two of my motherfucking book. Is it anybody you want to give props out to before we go out?
I want to give a shout out to my homeboy Ed Gator Block, Ed Wally, because Ed hooked this all up. He been hooking this up for me. My homeboy Mike been holding it down with me since like 7th grade.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Mike been security since 7th grade.
Yeah.
Wish a nigga would. Yeah. My homeboy with the videos over here. We you know, like all my friends are truly my friends. When you see me with people, these are loved ones, people I really deal with. And I just I want to give shots out and credit to everybody that know me that I know. I ain't gonna finna sit here and name all y'all. Know that's some bullshit.
Yeah.
So I just want everybody to know, if you ever been a part of my life, if you ever just been the engineer, if you ever was the dude vacuuming the floor in the studio after we left hella black and mild and weed ashes, I want to thank you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to thank the COs that didn't jump on niggas and the motherfuckers that brought us a Snicker when we was locked up in juvenile hall. I want to thank you. I want to thank niggas like y'all that call me out the blue and remember me and say, T, come down here. We want to see your black ass. These are the people that count, because nobody gets big without the little people.
Gotcha.
And we are the little people.
For sure. Well, shit, man, that sums it up for another episode of I Need to Know. It's L-Deez, also known Party Boy Lawrence. Special guest, T-Looney. Come on, you know what I want.